Tonight, we've got Valorant and Mount Union and Ohio Northern playing against one another. My name is Dana, aka Shadow Sneak. I'll be the one here giving you the rundown of what's going on. So let's go ahead and dive right into rosters here, looking across everything. If you're familiar with our last match that we had with Ohio Northern, they put on a great show going up against Illinois Wesleyan. So let's see how this roster pulls up against the opposite Flames over there on Mount Union's side and see if they can't keep themselves strong going here into this match. Both teams have been playing rather well this season, with both teams being up there on the eastern end of the divisions, as I believe Mount Union is currently 4-1, as Ohio Northern is 5-1. So both these teams doing rather well in this season. This match will really determine a lot of the seeding going into the LAN. Both of these teams currently looking to make that playoff as our top 8. So hopefully, as this match plays out, we'll have a little bit more of a conclusion as we get to the LAN and its seeding. But going into our maps here, up first, Ohio Northern picking up Corrode with Mount Union on defense, followed by Lotus and ONU on sand suit. Lastly, with Ascent closing us out. We'll see how the teams play out here. I know in our previous sets, ONU picked up that Corrode in their first map and really ran down the games going rather well for them. It was actually against Ashland back last stream that I was here with. So we'll see if they aren't able to do the same here following Mount Union. Seems to be a rather comfort pick here for Ohio Northern going into all these games. We'll see how just how well they do going into this. Haven't really kept too much tabs on the Mount Union side of things, so hopefully Lotus plays out well for them. Maybe they got their own pocket pick here. See if this is a surprise coming in for ONU. But Ascent, always a good choice, always a solid map all around, and always an easy one to pick up. So all around, not too shabby of a map picks here, but hopefully a good game coming up nonetheless. I know for the last few seasons, as I mentioned prior, Ohio Northern we're one of the most dominant teams here in the GLEC whenever it comes to Valorant. They've always been in one of our top 8, top 10 teams going into every year. Mount Union's kind of the same boat, though Ohio Northern is always typically in those top 4, semifinals, grand finals even, champions at some points. So hopefully Mount Union able to keep up with the quick pace that Ohio Northern really likes to keep. You saw that time and time again in those last matches where ONU always pushing those flanks, always pushing down mid, always taking these angles, taking these hard fights, hitting some crazy shots as we've seen. And I know Mount Union, we've had our fair share of coverage of them as well in the past. Flames with his own 5-man ace on that Neon some time ago. I remember watching that live with Charlie at a point, so we'll see how see if he's aren't able to run that back again. As for Ohio Northern, as I've mentioned, very strong team all around. They have very good pacing opportunities and changes going on for them. So, any round, it could be any different. Suddenly it'll be really fast on the one side of the map, but also slow on the next. All of a sudden, your mid being pinched, your alleyways are being cut off. They'll rotate around on you, Omen always coning in your back line. Really have to keep on your toes and that information settled out. So we'll see how Mount Union handles all this changes and adaptation going into Corrode here. Some of the key things that I want to keep my eye on is just how those sheriffs go for both of these teams. That one-shot kill potential in the head, especially on some of those eco rounds, can actually really churn up the difficulty and really make these rounds kind of topple on their heads. As we've seen in that Ashland game where, you might be up 8-2, 8-1, something like that, but all of a sudden somebody starts hitting some shots and all of a sudden, hey, there's a round being played here. This isn't something that you can just run through. So we'll see if Mount Union has any of those clean shots coming through today for them. All around, mostly just the light pistol buy. You got your ghosts, got your armor and util coming in, so it looks like to be a pretty standard attack here for Ohio Northern. As it looks like they are going to be setting up for a B mid split here, hoping to get some early pressure down mid, especially on this pistol round.
Toxins going up.
I'm out of here.
Flames immediately taken out as he tries to take some mid space by Sing. Great call out by Sing though, knowing that that's a pretty common spot for people to try and advance on. Though, let's see if he isn't able to pick up his next here, so he takes a fight over at A short. Spots out 2, knows the one's corner, takes a wild swing, but is dropped. Shift is coming over for ONU as Brandon picks up his own. Utility down, slowed down here for both sides, 3 on 4. One tagged up though. Another slow rotate coming out for ONU as they try to take some space back over here on mid, working with what they can. Viper wall, not as much as a problem this side, but Sly hitting her shots regardless. Spike dropped, plenty of time on the clock though. ONU, plenty of space to play with, plenty of time to play with. Time to take it slow, get some information, clear your angles again, wrap back to this A site and see if you can't sneak on. Corners being cleared, smoke's coming down, trying to keep them out. UMU got all the information with that Viper pushing through the back line. The one lurking here in the mid might pick him up just at the last second. Ooh, shots through, slide dropped, bomb now moving on the site. Jump spotted, chunks out, bombs getting planted, Sheriff ringing true, nothing being found. EMP able to cut off the flank though. EMP taking out both. Now suddenly in a 2v1. No trades coming through from Mount Union, leaving Sly all alone here on the wrap. Positions known, just gets spot out possibly by that Viper. Looking to make their move up here, trying to cut them off. Being pinged, bomb tapped. Kerosene, kind of get a backstab. Ooh, nice headshot though. Long pistol round there, but Ohio Northern closes it out in the end. Definitely not the pace that they're used to in terms of picking their sight and going, and that being that. Definitely a good fight from Mount Union, telling them, hey, we're here to play this game too. Gotta take us seriously. Making sure that Sly's putting up those headshots, taking down what they can over there on mid and B. Nice little information gain from both sides, making sure to play the map, play the time as well. You have plenty of time to work around these angles. You don't have to close out a round in 30 seconds. Standard utility back out once more. Another slow pace coming out for ONU here. Inching forward on the B side. Smoke's there to stop them. UMU gonna take the chance to push through this, especially on the offside here. But ONU not expecting it. No Flames able to tap away the other two.
Cover going out.
Another smoke followed by flashes. Pushes a smoke, takes one, gets two. Classic doing work. Bomb down now, 2v3. Crazy work by Omen with the classic. Shotgun burst right to the dome in the smoke. Guardian picked up. See if he isn't able to get out with his gun. Possibly drop it over to a teammate. Audio cues heard on both ends now, so Ohio Northern knows that there's at least two. Looks like they'll take their chance. Taft not able to pick anybody up, unfortunately. Utility down once more for Ohio Northern, with Kerosene dropping that Omen. Ohio Northern able to close out. Very awkward round going into that. Rather expensive. Mount Union did everything they could with the few pistols that they bought. Eliak doing quite the work with just a classic. See how things change up as he picks up the Vandal now. First full buy coming out here for Mount Union now as we go into round 3. Ohio Northern sitting pretty at rounds 2-0 with now their mismatch buy coming into this round now, seeing if they can't sneak a win through off of the weird economy here as we go into round 3. Looks like Ohio Northern just fully gathering over here on the A side. Utilities down. Mount Union knows something's up. Ooh, Eliak getting one sprayed through the smoke. Flames able to pick up Hoshi though. Tag down to 21 low. Bomb in hand. Mount Union coming with the rotates. Flames here on the flank. Always looking to slide on through where they can, especially on those neon moves. Decides to drop back as Smoke does. Ohio Northern unsure of the play here, trying to wait on Mount Union to overstep, make a play. It looks like they might just have Flames, but the wall goes up just in time. Smoke's a stall, DK hits, shots ringing true. I don't know if they're expecting Flames to be in the corner here. Ooh, second swing clears, Flame gets both. Can he get 3? He's got to slide out with a reload. Teammates try to back him up as Eliak picks up another, and Mount Union pick up their first round. Full buy really supporting Mount Union there. It's really hard for, you know, all these different SMGs, pistols, shotguns even to work through all these different ARs, as all that range is simply too much to handle for some of those guns. And Mount Union does true work with it, making sure that round felt nice and comfortable for them, keeping 4 alive. So going into this next round here, plenty of guns being shared around, being maintained, though Ohio Northern with their own full buy response. I know in the last Kuro game for Ohio Northern, I think we only saw the op come out once or twice. I'm wondering if we'll see if they made any sort of gameplay changes whenever it comes to that, though it doesn't seem to be too heavily favored here for either side. Flame spotted out on the gap, but able to pick up Kerosene, but Sing there to trade. Aliak doesn't look like he wants to give up the mid just yet here, though Ohio Northern is shifting over to B as Fishies go true. TP coming out as well as Mount Union comes over to rotate. Sly able to shut down EMP. Ohio Northern stopped in their tracks, even off the ult. And now, if I'm Ohio Northern, I say, well, what do we do? How do we get on site? We've lost a lot of our initiators here, and it's a hard one. You don't have much in the way of any presence on anything. You've lost any of your mid control. No one's up on A. You're worried about people being stuck on your flanks, and now you got to take all this time clearing all your angles. It's going to be a hard one to get back into.
Here.
Slowly working their way through, keeping nice and quiet as they make their way through the A link. Playing right off of each other's hips, ready to cut those trades in at a moment's notice. 10 seconds left on the clock. Now it's go time. All Mount Union has to do is drop a little bit of utility here. Can't quite get it though. 30 seconds, bomb is down. Hoshi able to pick up 1, but Sing to trade. Up on the box off the TP. Sly waiting on his teammates to recover here as they all come through the main side. Flash is about to come through. Utility dropped. Ooh, Sing called out. Flames dropping Sly though. Quick taps on either side. Omen be Omen. Sing opting to fall back here. Utility in hand. That was the time. That was the window. Able to pick him off. Not quite. Sing getting 4 that round. Claiming round 3 for Ohio Northern. All the way down to the wire. Last second plant. Last second shot. Very close round. One more goodbye coming out here for Mount Union. See if this isn't the round that they're able to claw on back. Make sure things stay close and even. Though, should this round go in favor of Ohio Northern, coming up with a tack timeout on your next full buy, wouldn't be too surprised. Making sure that keeping yourselves in check, making sure everybody's on the same page. Game's not even close to over yet. Nice and close, but stuns coming through here, keeping Ohio Northern plenty off that B site. Jump checks coming through for both sides. EMP spotting out 1, but also trading information. Smokes go down, trying to stall out these fights. Ooh, spam is really close on ONU Flames.
Scatter.
Sing opting to teleport in the back line as he usually does here. Sly already on it though. Knows his signature play here. Ooh, Sing with a quick response though. Hard corner to clear, especially with no flashes, no util to clear it. Flames making his own work on the other side of the map as the team shifts over towards the ice side. Flames cut off from his team here, trying to get back on the rotation as they take up the space over here on the A side. Hoshi hoping to find one for free. Can't quite find the head, but Aliak picking up 2. Now in a 1v3. Location known, bomb still in hand, just gonna rotate, play it safe over the B side, but Kerosene says that doesn't matter, we'll take this round anyways. Solid round coming out for Ohio Northern. Very strong plays around the utility as well as the weaponry in hand, making sure to spray those angles, clear their corners, hold their corners, they really know how to mess with their tempo. You know, like we saw Sing, he teleported behind. He didn't immediately push those angles. He simply sat there waiting for somebody to come to him, and he knew just what would happen. He surely got cleared, lost their hold on the B site. Over rotate comes through. Ohio Northern able to slip on through. We'll see how Mount Union tries to handle this as they spot out 3 over on the A side. Flashes through, Flame stuck sprinting, Kerosene and Sing carrying them all down. Oh, Bucky to the face. A site wide open on the pistol buy, and not much you can do there as Ohio or Mount Union. Good clean round coming out for Ohio Northern as they pick up round 5. I think that was just a little rude, just walking up in front of somebody's face with a shotgun. But what else are you gonna do with an ult? Might as well secure the round when you can. As we go into round number 7 here, we can see a little bit of a change coming out from both sides. People holding on to a couple random guns here, as we see that shotgun as well as the Odin being picked up on Flames now. See if the spray does anything for him here as he attempts to spray through this wall. Orb is captured though, as well as the information. No tags, no trades, as we go back into this stall. Mount Union doing a really good job of calling out for these utilities from teammates and such, making sure each of these main split pushes, mid, are just being regularly smoked off at good intervals, keeping their teammates in check, helping maintain site control, add a little bit of awkward pressure to both of these sides. But Ohio Northern doing exactly the same, putting a lot of pressure on every site, making sure that everybody's still in the game, making sure that, you never really know where Ohio Northern's going to end. Sure, you just saw 3 over at the B side, but look at the minimap. Now you got all 4 coming over to the A side. The Sing's still lurking over in the mid. You can't really ever get a pulse on where they're going to go. You can't exactly stack a site. You just have to hope that your holder's able to pick up at least 1, 2. But utility down, able to stall them out just a little bit longer. 30 seconds left.
Yeah! Monster on the loose!
Good blind. Not spotting out much with that. Sing able to pick up 1 though. Flank known. Trying to clear angles. Oh, wild shot to pick up another. Kerosene getting his own. Mount Union able to get 3, but good blind coming through as Kerosene closes out the round. ONU doing really good at keeping those chaotic rounds exactly that, chaotic, making sure that Mount Union can't just focus their sight on one side, making sure all bits of that utility is being used and sent out, making sure that nobody is able to get comfortable. You always have to stay on your toes, always have to adjust to the utility coming through. Every angle is always going to be different, making sure that this game is going to be a hard one to win. And ONU is here to showcase just why they're currently 5-1. Flames coming through with the Neon ult. Ooh, almost picks up 1, but Sing with his quick headshots. He is just on it today. Ohio Northern willing to play patient over here on the B side, as they just run through the mid side and over on A. Hoshi able to pick up at least 1, but the blind is there to shut him down. All down to Alyak now on Mount Union. 4v1. You just gotta save. We'll see if Ohio Northern lets him live, as they have already begun the hunt. You can see them posturing up in the mid lane here. TP comes through up on B Heaven. Opting to trying to hold off into the back of spawn here, but the hunt is on. I really don't know how Northern does it. If this was me, if I was on any of these players, I'd be running after this guy. It's 1v4, I'd be sprinting for him, especially now. I'm a little too bloodthirsty when it comes to these 1v2s, 1v3s. Pinch is coming down. Let's see if Alyak isn't able to get away with his life here. 2 seconds to go. Oh, dies in the last. Flames taking his gun. Going into one of the later rounds of the half here, we can see Flames looking to pick up that operator. And a bit of another mismatch buy coming out for Mountain Union, seeing if they can't pick up another round here on the defense. Scoreboard might make it look a little one-sided in Ohio Northern's favor, though Mountain Union has been putting up a great fight. You can see that each of these rounds, they're always taking out 1-2 players, as unfortunately a shot misses out for Flames, forced to fall off the angle, though still plenty of space to play in the B side here. Alt comes down, decay there, Flames picks up 1, trying to fall back. Plenty util down, can't hear a thing, can't see a thing, as Ohio Northern now falling back. See, I didn't even see that Ohio Northern lost 2. 5v3 now for Mountain Union. Weapons being swapped over, guns recovered, as Ohio Northern repostures here for the B side. Flames went up for the full rotate. He is Neon, so he'll be back in a flash. Kerosene will pick up Sly, information gathered once more, rotations coming back. TP out for Aliak as he gets down to the site. Ohio Northern not quite pulling that trigger just yet.
Welcome to my world.
Viper ult going down, wall growing, Aliak just spamming, finds her. That's gonna open this round up nice, but Singh able to pick off Tap, bomb being planted now, TP coming through. Where's he going? Nowhere. Mountain Union picking up round 2 here, especially off of those flame shots. Great openers coming from him, and plenty of guns now to be swapped around. People kind of take a moment to grab what they can, find what they can, switch over to who gets this defuse as they claim their second.
I'm out of here.
We'll see if Ohio Northern has a response to seeing that operator on field, see if they decide to pick up one of their own, see if they end up not pressuring that B side anymore. We've seen on all these rounds how they could jiggle peek that corner. That's a perfect angle for an operator to sit on, ready to take you out as soon as you give it that jiggle peek. So we'll see how they change up their game plan, seeing that weapon in play now, or if they change it at all. Looks like we can see Singh already setting up to give a little bit more pressure over on mid here, though Flames looks like he's already set up to play over on the A side of that operator now, changing up its location too. Oh, can't pick it up, just misses the shoulder, but traded 1 for 1 on either side of the map here. Hoshi able to pick up the gun and back on out. Wall is up to stop the push. The information being gathered on every front as always. Northern Flames picking up the orb, getting ready for his own ult. Looks like they're going to be posturing for that B take, maybe a late mid split. Rough shot to miss by Flames. Just barely over peaked. Smoke's being tossed out across the map, slowing down this Ohio Northern push once more. Great utility and great spacing and not knowing how to dodge out of these things. Ooh, leg down to 20, able to get by with 4 HP. Kerosene will pick up their own though, picking up 3 for the round. EMP shutting down Hoshi, leaving everything down to Aliak. The pride and absolute gall of Flames to sit there on that angle with 4 HP to go for that headshot is astounding. I would never. The 4 HP in me would find a nice corner to go hide in, reserve that KD and my gun. The Flames doing great this half, keeping right there in the middle of the pack, 9 and 7. Let's see if the Flames on the other side is able to heat on up here, catching back up on their side of things, as Singh and Kerosene have been kind of leading the charge here for Ohio Northern. Just need to shut down one of them and have a good foothold in this round. Just misses the headshot confirmed, but picks up the second one on EMP. You know another one's tagged up now, so you can have all the space you want over here in the aim main. Keep pushing, take that all that aim, take that space, make it uncomfortable, make them push up here on B. As you can see, the rotates and shifting already coming over for Mount Union as they're expecting this push. But in classic Ohio Northern fashion, they're going to peek their noses out and then run on back.
Toxins going up.
Gotta go.
Flames kind of keying in on this
There.
tendency that Ohio Northern now has, trying to rotate on over to A to get ready for the expected take here.
Here.
Sly hits the nice jump peek, gets the shots run out, knows that there's at least some there, can call out to his teammates, hey, they're mid, they're making an A play, we need to try and rotate. All I got is a classic, so somebody help me out. As they start to move on to A, and the timing is so unfortunate for Mount Union as they take site.
Smart
Flames
move.
takes another though, can he get a third? Oh, good tags, 7 bullets, stuck in a corner.
I'm out of here.
Dash coming through, slid on by, free of the corner. Alright. I expecting Sing to be in the smoke. Oh, Flames knows. He knows something's up. Oh, he just shot off the wall, and that just unfortunately leaves him open. 3 on 3 now.
Oh yeah! Monster on the loose.
Cover going out.
Lots of utility coming out. It's classic spam. Didn't hear the TP, didn't see the TP. Sing able to pick up Sly. I thought that was seen for all day. Kerosene 1 HP, no time left on bomb. You just gotta kill him now. Try and get something done. But Ohio Northern with Sing takes out 4 and number 9 added to the bag. Last round now in this half. And that's a hard one to lose. That's a hard one to lose. You had decent spacing. You had all the reads. The timing was just unfortunate on Flames and Aliak there. As soon as they draw out the utility, as soon as they pull their knives and turn their back, is as soon as they swing, and that just unfortunately resulted in the round being lost. Those little things are really going to eat at you. You're always going to think they just have my number. You really got to try and keep your mental in check for those. As Kerosene immediately drops Flames on his push, and TP in the back line comes through once more.
Toxin screen down.
Slow play being wrapped around here on the mid. Oh, the timing is just off. Sly gets dropped. They're playing Ring Around the Rosie at top mid. Aliak not looking for that fight, loses it. Sing not expecting the Ring Around the Rosie. Taft finally closing that angle off. As Ohio Northern shifts towards A now. But Kerosene already pushed up on the angle, ready to take that fight, and is ready to close out this half as Hoshi's left open. Spotted out, everybody knows what's up, everybody knows what they can do. Ohio Northern just kind of started taking the space and pinching down on him. Shoulder peek coming out from both sides. Not anything you can do here. And round 10 is Ohio Northern. I wish I've been keeping count to see how many 4Ks Ohio Northern has here, but Sing and Kerosene, I feel like each of them has 2 or 3. They've been absolutely dominant on that attacking side of Corrode, and just taking out every opportunity, making sure every interaction that they have is a win. Only going 20 and 5, 4.0 KD, not even counting his assists and utility and everything. He's an absolute menace in your back line, making sure you never know just where he TP'd off to, just that timing, those angles, making sure you are always trying to keep tabs on his utility. Kerosene, same boat. Great utility of the wall, making sure that everything he does is setting up his team for this pushes and success. We'll see if this all translates going into defense here, as Mount Union just goes for the full A pressure, making sure they get that ult orb. Rather be pressure.
Irrelevant.
Hoshi shuts down Sing on the back line, gives Mount Union some more breathing space.
There.
Really important first pick. Taft picking up his own, but Flames there to trade. Oh, Flames not expecting EMP to be pushed up, but Hoshi able to pick up EMP as just those taps were missing. Smoke is down. Is it going to be respected? Probably not. Ooh, there's a gap. Oh, nice shot from Flames, and Kerosene just steps through and claims 2. That is just impressive. The reaction, the accuracy, the play to play off the corner of the smoke is impressive. Almost on match point here for Ohio Northern. Everything's in their favor. They've got the guns, they've got the armor, they've got the score. It's their side now to kind of shut down any attack, and especially after hitting some shots like that, you're pretty feeling unstoppable. Mount Union says just throw out every piece of utility. I'm just running through on this. This is how I do. I press the go button, and Flames is going. He's all up in heaven already. He's got the gun, EMP, and able to pick up one with Flames on his backside. Other Flame shuts down. Oh, gets the tap, but can't finish it off. Omen to trade. Good spam on the smoke. Shuts down the utility from picking up his location. The third one comes through. TP just gets out as blind is down. TP up into heaven. Does he know? Can't hear a thing. Doesn't expect him up there, and Sing shuts down any chance. Crazy and chaotic almost worked for Mount Union there. So many flashes, so many walls, so many smokes really cause a bit of a tiff over on the B site. Making sure that it's not just your standard dine and dash over there. Keeping pace on how Flames likes to play for Mount Union. Saw that some time ago, as he likes to just kind of dash on in, do his own dirty work, and dash on out. Let's see if see how he's able to adapt going into Lotus on the next half here. As this buy isn't looking too hot for Mount Union. As again, chaos coming through here on the A side of things. Mid's already crunched on him. He doesn't even know he's right behind him as EMP takes him out. 4 left, all pitched off the side. EMP just tapping off the heads, but Taff with a classic response as he usually does here. 2v3, now only 1v3. Nothing to his name other than the Bulldog. Tagged up though. Little buddy coming out. Picks up the one with the HP. Smoke is down. Will it be respected? Nope, he's walking right through. Oh, just spins around and spams the smoke anyways. Keeps Mount Union in it for one more round. Good little 4K there for Mount Union. He found the one he needed to. It's that full HP. Nice shot onto Kerosene, making sure to take out the ones he needs to. Followed up by a nice little spam to shut out the round. Again, a long way to go here for Mount Union. You need 9 flawless rounds here. Can't afford really many mistakes. You have to hit all your shots. Everybody's got to be online. And it's not exactly easy to do that once you're 15 rounds into the game. All Omen smokes now down. Blinds and spells coming out as Flames just, again, dashing on through with that shotgun, taking his space. Good util, good spots. Awkward Omen smoke. I wonder if it was more purposeful though, making sure to keep that angle clear, give Mount Union all the space that they want, as well as the information. Though Brondon able to spam through on the edge of that smoke, pick up one. EMP ulting through, ready to tear back into space here as he spots out everybody. Sing shutting him down, ready to drop in the back line behind Hoshi. He's not even expecting him to be behind. Oh, good blind shotgun to the face. Aliak can't shut down the push as 13 is for Ohio Northern as they pick up Corrode.
Thrash is ready. Beep, beep, beep. Enough of that.
Good first map for Ohio Northern. Very strong showing coming out from everybody on their side. Sly and Kerosene putting up phenomenal numbers, as we can see 22 to 8 and 21 to 7, basically the same score line. 4 first bloods going over to Sing, 5 for Flames. So you can tell both sides are putting up a lot of numbers in terms of, you know, taking these opening duels, taking these opening chances, making sure to, you know, put their foot down, put their voice out there. But how do you counter somebody that is just hitting everything, making all the right plays all game long? It is a tough one to beat. The first map was Ohio Northern's pick. So we'll see how Lotus goes here coming into map number 2 in just a bit. As Mount Union picks it up, Ohio Northern being forced to start, or being chosen to start on that defense. So as soon as we get the lobby back and running, we'll have Lotus here for you guys. So don't go too far. We'll be back in just a little bit. Welcome back, everyone. We just witnessed Ohio Northern closing out on Corrode, taking that map to their own name, their own pick. Now up next, we got Mount Union picking up here on Lotus. Let's see if they are able to pick up a little bit more tempo here, making sure to claim up their own pick. As see if they can make this own showing a little bit more prominent going into Lotus now. The storyline isn't all there for Corrode, though. We saw plenty of rounds coming down to the last two for both sides, though Ohio Northern just being a little bit more keen on those timings, winning out a few duels, picking off a few people on the back lanes, shooting them just as a draw utility and such, is making those encounters just awkward enough to make sure things go their way and make sure that scoreline doesn't tell the full tale. See if this tendencies for timings and such continues on for Lotus for them. Though, as I've said, Ohio Northern really good at mixing up the tempo on Corrode. See if that translates going into map number 2. Mount Union started to do a really good job on catching up on a lot of that tempo switching that they were doing. You know, a little bit of peeking here, a little bit of peeking there, making sure to keep everybody kind of in station until the actual full site commit starts to come through. Keeping the people on those sites ready for those commitments, making sure they stay a little bit further back, ready for those retakes. Now have to commit your life to holding onto the site that it's already going to be lost, especially against 4 people. Nobody expects you to take out a 1v2, 1v3, 1v4 on a site, making sure to play with your team, get all the information, get all that utility down. So going into Lotus now, we'll see if all that communication, see if there's been any switch-ups going into this map here, see if anybody kind of opts for a little bit more of that utility play, making sure to pick up characters a lot more comfortable on this map. You know, everybody's got their play style choices. We can see Singh has already locked in that Omen once again on Ohio Northern. But Alyak on the other side looking to go for Jet now. Flames opting for Omen on the other end. A little bit more diversity here for everybody. EMP still staying on that Yoru though. So we'll see how this changeup comes along for everyone. Let's see if I'm pretty interested to see how this breach and raise kind of play out for both sides here. Not 2 characters that I really get to see very often, times that I do cast, or even tournaments that we put on here over at Game Arena. So whenever I do play Valorant, Breach is kind of my character. I like the utility that he offers, plenty of space-taking opportunities, plenty of flashbangs and setups that he can execute for his team. Mount Union was doing a great job at utilizing utility like that, and making sure to play around one another, call out for these things, setting each other up for strong defense as well as chaotic offense. So we'll see how those flashbangs and eruptions and dazes and everything kind of work out for Mount Union here. The Flames now has grenades, got that satchel packs and rockets ready to go, ready to cause some mischief as he immediately takes that ult point. Mount Union just crawling through on the B side. Utility is immediately down. Rotate is already coming through for Ohio Northern. As the brakes have been hit for the attack here, the brakes have also been hit on the rotate. You can see 3 of them kind of bundled up there over on the A side, not fully committed to the full rotate to C just yet. As Mount Union rotates back through spawn, taking it nice and slow. Still a full minute on the clock. Though Ohio Northern, they got the reads. They just saw the shoulder peak. They know they're already here. Utility's coming out. Jet's already out there. Alyak picks up the MP. No detriment of his own, not tagged too much. Spotted one in the corner, hopefully. Oh, he's not clearing it. Flames able to take him out, but Sly there to trade. Good trades coming out for Mount Union here as they look to take bomb site. Brondon on the back flank though. Kerosene not able to find any. This round looking to go Mount Union's way. One to take out. We'll hear the rotation of the wall. Everybody knows where he's at. He's coming in on the flank, whether it be through the main or through the split. It doesn't matter. Ghost in hand, 1v3. Full HP on all. Blind is out once more. Again, stuck over here on this link. Everybody knows where he's at. Number is had. Can't clear all these angles. But Mount Union still playing nice and safe. Hoshi closing it out though. First round goes Mount Union's way rather comfortably. It got a little awkward there in that mid round where you didn't have anybody kind of pushed up on that A side, but with so much space over there as well as up so many open angles, it can be hard to even defend that for Ohio Northern. So Mount Union taking great space and great liberty, kind of taking what they want. Now Ohio Northern looking like they're just going to opt for the full C push, making use of these classics and sheriffs to kind of get early information, just take the fights, overwhelm with sheer numbers and utility, but nobody's home. Four in the back line and all 5 on A main. One to hold out, being Kerosene with the sheriff in hand. Mount Union knows something's likely up. Flash is coming out. As Flames picks up one, can't find the next. Shots being rung out. Call is there. Hey, there's 3 behind us. We gotta go. Dashing on the site. The Kerosene still staying tucked. Might be able to pick off one in the back line here. Ooh, Sly with a nice turn. 2 wrapping up now back through A main with Singh making his own play on the link. EMP might find his own fight here on Flames. Creeping in the smoke, Sly picks up one. Ooh, headshot, but nothing from it. Singh closes that kill out, but 4 alive for Mount Union. That was a nice shot with the sheriff, tagging him down. 98. Singh there, able to immediately follow up through the smoke, making sure that one is at least dropped. But you can expend 1. That's fine if you're Mount Union. Now you all got again the amalgamation of weaponry over on Mount Union, followed by the full buy over on Ohio Northern. Seeing if these rifles kind of earn a little bit more staying power here on a lot of these lanes. Ohio Northern taking that full push onto C was a really good play, especially with the weapons that they've had, making sure that no matter what, they at least have the information to put themselves in the best opportunity. We can see the same exact thing happening over on A. All of A main being collapsed upon now, as Hoshi holds off on the back, though nobody overextending. I say that as soon as Flames and such push is forward. C main now being collapsed upon as the entire fight, entire match looks to hold on out here at C site. Good patience coming through for Mount Union, though they're unawares of the flank coming behind them. Might not know just how close they are on the flank here. Though Aliak doesn't matter, just says I'll just dash in my shotgun now. Sly able to pick off EMP and deep in the sights. Full C site control for Mount Union here, as bomb is getting planted. 2 on the flank. Flames shut down. Well, Flames. See if you can't pick up the next. Brandon ready for the swing, but there's so many on the angle. How do you take out 2? You can't. And Hoshi still on that shotgun, shutting down Singh. Finally switches over. Good round coming out from Mount Union. That's how you show control, presence, and maintaining, you know, everything, every aspect of that. There are people already on your flank from a minute in. You've only got 30 seconds to take the site. You got 2 people breathing down your back. Aliak says, that doesn't matter to me. I'm going to just press my buttons and go shoot some heads with a shotgun. And it works out for him. Full Vandal squad coming out now from Mount Union, as Flames on the other side opts for his own shotgun.
Time to jump.
With a bunch of sheriffs to back it up. Kerosene shuts down Hoshi, but the span comes through with the box. Another good little slowdown over on the C side here. Mount Union really showing just why they picked Lotus here. As much as Ohio Northern knows how to kind of pump those brakes on Corrode and switch up the tempo, switch up the sights, really cause a little bit of a over-rotation and commotion, Mount Union can do exactly the same here on Lotus. Good flashes, good util. Flames stuck on the pistol, can't really do much at that distance. Rotation coming out now for Ohio Northern as they all opt to go through Heaven. Brandon with the Sheriff in hand, looking to hold off the link play, though nobody's stepping on through. Mount Union know how to play safe as they take up sight with the bomb planted. Full HP on 4, Flames is jumping through, nobody able to keep an eye on this angle, but Tap with a nice headshot, following 2. Sly picking up his own EMP with a nice wallbang headshot on him. 1v3 picks up the second, but Flames shuts down.
Cover going out.
Ohio Northern not having as much of an explosive presence on these retakes as we've seen on the past. Mount Union knowing exactly how to stay off these angles of Lotus, making sure to only push what they want, only show where they can, where they want, making sure to stay in these trade opportunities. As you can see, Flames currently 7-0 for Mount Union, keeping himself on the top of the leaderboard on that end of things. Quiet start for Ohio Northern. Is back to our bread and butter here.
Traveling.
Nobody home in the smoke. Out. Jet says something smells fishy over here. Not quite taking the chance on that dash in just yet with that shotgun, but looks like they're posturing once again to do just that. Spam comes through as barely anything connects. Oh, good quake though, as plenty are stunned, but Elyak can't find the ones as Brandon shuts him down. And now to find his own as Flame shuts that down. Picks up another 1v3 now. Nothing there for him as Ohio Northern pick up their first round. If Jet could have gotten to the back of Seaside there off of that shatter, it would have been a whole different round. But unfortunately for Mount Union, Tap was there to kind of make sure that, or rather Brandon was there to make sure that wasn't getting out of control. Good recovery and maintaining the site there for Ohio Northern, though. Let's see if they can't pull it out again as the ults come out now. Shots missed. Ohio Northern fully take the A side of things with 4. Knives in hand, smokes down. Utility coming through on the flank as 4 of Ohio Northern pushing through. Oh, you can see he's thinking about triggering that teleport, though with the operator in hand, you know that's not quite the play you want to make. Though Brandon shutting one down. Oh yeah, cutting his own down as well. TP now coming out. Taking space over on C.
Watch them run.
Sing with his own TP now.
Cover going.
Launching thorns. Thorns are
Bones
alive.
put down. Making sure to keep control for Mount Union here.
There.
Raze does have Rocket as well as Satchels, I'm sure. So if they opt to use their ult here, and it could easily change our half. As Kerosene and Flames pick up their own. The response to shut down Kerosene. Spam on the corner, almost catches one. Flames with a nice shot. Ooh, Sing almost lines him up, but Hoshi, nice shot, making sure that doesn't get hairy. Good shots coming off from that operator, making sure to pick off those flankers, making sure to shut down a lot of those pushes from Flames and Co on that A push, as well as
Now we
the
wait.
retake, making sure those angles aren't as easy as just shoulder peeking and continuing on. Really did its heavy hitting. Now going into a round with mostly pistols expected on the other side. He goes for the AR, goes for something a little bit more quick and on its feet. As once again, Ohio Northern pushing through on one of these sides. Flames of Mount Union here, already pushing through up on A. Hoshi can hear everybody rotating through, calling all of this out, saying, hey, they know we're already here. They've already rotated. They're on the link. Be careful. Do not push out of this. Spike's been planted. Hoshi making a weird play here, looking to go all the way around as trades are coming off over on the A side. Full 3 in through the link. Flames, nice headshot. Tap shutting down the push though. Picking up 3. Brondon left alone. Classic in hand. Picks up 1v2. No gun, full HP. So Hoshi in heaven does finally step in to shut that down. I wonder if Hoshi opted to go all the way through spawn simply because of the information that was gained, not wanting to opt for the 1v3, you know, potentially somebody holding your
Now we
flank,
wait.
and went for the long play
charges.
simply for that Heaven Watch. First time out coming in as Ohio Northern opting to take a second to chit chat here about what's going on, what's going wrong, what do we need to change to make sure that this doesn't fully spiral out of play here. Still a few rounds left here on defense, going onto Lotus now, as first 6 or 5 rather went over in the hands of Mount Union, though going into this next round, plenty of guns, plenty of economy to be had for Ohio Northern. This is the perfect time to take that time out, kind of collect yourselves, talk it out, say what's been working, what's been not, what should we expect, how do we adapt, and we'll see if anything is able to come out of this. I wouldn't be surprised if this round is even more of a shakeup on the Mount Union side of things, though. Maybe even a B split here, trying to take up a little bit more of that residency in the canals over on that side. So we'll see if during that timeout Mount Union changes up their own play. You can see Flames taking up the operator once again as we go into round number 8. Ohio Northern pushed all the way through A already. And it looks like they're just going for the full frontal. They said, we don't want to play defense. You guys are on defense now. You guys can stay in your spawn.
Shadows traveling.
Look how far forward they are. Very quiet, slow down. No crazy shot coming out from Flames. Sing not even able to get a shot off. Picks up the second, C wide open. Mount Union just running through. This side is theirs. Great shots coming out from Flames. You know, we saw Sing back on Corrode. Every single bullet was a headshot. Nice little 1-tap, nice little 2-tap. This time he didn't even get to pull his trigger.
Right there. Spike planted. My ult's ready. Blinding.
Save call seemingly coming through now for Ohio Northern as they all fall back here, looking to hold on to their Vandals. Good little tempo change coming up for Ohio Northern. You know, instead of pushing 3, 4, 5 all through on one side of the site, they all opted to push on every single flank, making sure to take up a lot of that space and presence, though it all fell apart as soon as the operator started hitting its shots. It's not an easy fight, not something you can prepare for whenever it comes to these operators, though it doesn't even seem like Mount Union is really going to let these guns get out, as only one stays alive.
7 rounds now for Mountain Union. And a good, comfortable 7 rounds. We can see some of those top performers of Ohio Northern not quite as strong here on map 2. And Mountain Union come alive on their own 2 feet. Nate comes down just barely missing Jet. Quake comes down as well, but Rocket doesn't find any as Brandon gets dropped. Flames stuck in the corner, able to pick up one, getting spammed out. Can't find the second. Tap to shut that down. Util down, spam coming through. 45 HP to play. 4 bullets left. Can't even find a single one for the head. 5 HP left. Gets spammed out of the smoke. They knew what was up. Spike planted. 2 on 4. Sing, if there's a time to come alive, it's right now. Oh, we could just see the gun, but didn't overswing. Kerosene finding 2. Sing finding his own. 1v2. Oh, utility in hand. Oh, walking through. They know what's up. Finds his own. Just gotta play kite. Just gotta kite. All you have to do is hide. Oh, he walked in front of him and just missed. Sing coming alive here. Picking up round number 2 for Ohio Northern.
Is ready.
That was a great retake from Brandon and Singh. Very intense, very disjointed in its own sense of Brandon seemingly swinging up there on that side flank just in time for Mount Union to kind of be stepping back and looking over in the way of Singh. Singh immediately following up by dropping down, hitting those Marshall shots, followed up with the, hey, I'll say a lucky 1v1 and closing out the round. Knives in hand, can't find their mark as everybody dashes on out. Stun is there, unfortunately.
Here.
Full rotate coming over for Northern as 3 take up residency on C.
Cover going
Flames
out.
still hiding off in the canals of A.
My ultimate is ready.
Though Flames picking up the opposite omen. TP ready now. Ready to pick a spot and run with it.
Scatter.
And it looks like it's just going to be that A play as Utility is starting to come down and try and play his angles, but nobody's ready for Flames to do this far forward, but he can't finish one. Taff shutting that down before that spirals. Flames now tucked in the back of heaven. Spotted out though, flashbang through. Everybody's forced to fall off and bomb will be planted. Oh, you know that was a clone. Come on.
There. Just
Oh, kerosene some potion was going the right way. Flames able to shut down and keep that in control. And Sly with the shorty. Great round for Mount Union pickup. Making sure that that confidence that might have come off of that 2v4 isn't starting to grow unchecked. This is the Flames that I expected to come from Mount Union, sitting nice and pretty at 16-3. Not on the Neon though, surprisingly enough. Seemingly not the map for Neon. Full Vandal buy coming out versus almost a full Sheriff buy. Ohio Northern still fighting to find the tempo here. We're back to our bread and butter. Take up residency on C, spam a little bit, show them that, hey, we're over here. Cut that loose, cut on back. Maybe they make a mid play. I doubt it. Why change what's been working? Nice little slow burn. Coming through a main once more.
Last place. Flashing.
Another shift though. Mount Union giving them the good old 1-2. As a few of the Ohio Northern guys think, hey, something's up. I'm gonna miss TV there. Doesn't really matter though, nobody home. Flashes and Util coming out as they just take up whatever space they want here. They fully committed on believing that they've over-rotated. The Sing picks up Flames, immediately traded. Picking up 3 now for the round here from Alyak, though 20 HP remaining. He should really start pumping those brakes. Ankle spotted, does get dropped. Guns in hand, 3v2. EMP sending out the clone, does get shot? Not this time. Ooh, good nade. Might just tag Hoshi up. Yep, down to 25 HP. Oh, can't quite find that clean shot. Still gets it though. Hoshi dropped. 1v2. Bomb still in their favor. Quake coming out. Stuck in the corner. 1v1. Going for the 4K. Doesn't have to peek. No time, but no chance. Got a little hairy, got a little dicey. But hey, you're on 9. Full buy coming out for both sides now. Keep in mind that last round was really just off of Sheriffs. See if these Vandals aren't able to give a 3rd round over. Very strong showing on this attack coming from Mount Union, and plenty of rehearsed moves and plays here coming out from them, showing really why this is their pick whenever it comes to Lotus for this season.
Face your fear!
Alt is not out. EMP with his own, cutting out and pinging everybody, saying, this is what I see, this is what I can do, and hopefully getting away with this alive, all in the back of A main. Got the full flank now. Flames picking up the trades. Chaos ensuing as suddenly in a 4v2.
Where are you?
Hoshi kind of stuck here in the corner. Forcing 1v4, can only find 1 as Ohio Northern pick up 3 with those Vandals. This last round's always get really chaotic as everybody looks to burn their ultimates and utility, looking to make sure things are spent before going into the second half. So not much you can do in terms of maintaining your offense on that, especially whenever you switch off of your bread and butter and just go for a full frontal, making sure you give everything you got taken to that A site. Though nonetheless, you still picked up 9 on the attack. Now all you need is 4 here on defense to close this out and make sure that you go to map 3. See if they aren't able to maintain that posture and maintain that confidence. Looks like they're just gonna go for that C-swing from the defense side, as Ohio Northern is just going for the full A. People already pushing through on site. Clone already there. Flashbang out. EMP finds 1. Kerosene finding the next. Sheriff in hand. Doesn't expect him to be right down the smoke. Shotgun blast to the face. Good dink. Good effort. Though comfortable pistol round now for Ohio Northern. Same story, different team. See how second round here. See if Mount Union, they went for the same sort of plays that Ohio Northern does, making sure, you know, take a presence on either one of these sides of sites. Last round they opted for that C push. This round looks like they're just holding off on B here, but Taff immediately tapped down from that long range peek from EMP. Great shots coming from him. Smoke's now forced down the link. He's just gonna try and push through on the smoke, get in the corner. As you can hear, a little bit of rotation coming out from Ohio Northern. Mount Union now stuck here in their spawn, kind of scratching their heads, saying, "Well, where do we go from here?" We already kind of rotated a little bit. Oh, she looks like got a little jump scared by that. There's Jet swinging with the Sheriff, looking for any heads. Saw one at the last second. Hoping for a little bit more of an extension. EMP there, but doesn't come through. Oh, big nade as Jet does drop 2. 3v3 now. Gun in hand. Boombot gone. Everybody's stuck in the same spot. Ooh, Satchel almost ruins that. Aliak now picking up 3. He's just going for the ace. Get the ace. Get the ace. Great shutdown. Bomb 2. Ooh, that round is all his. That threw him right up there underneath the flames on Mount Union. Now 17-9. That's demoralizing if I'm Ohio Northern. You have a great take. You have everything going for you. And he just hits every shot with that Sheriff. Picks up the gun, shuts down the Boombot, dodges the Satchel, does everything he needs to make sure Mount Union pick up 10 and leave Ohio Northern here back on those Sheriffs. Mount Union spamming through over on A. EMP doing his own here, taking up B, trying to say we're over here, everybody come rotate. But that's not the full story. You can see it actually looks like they're going to be shifting over towards the C side before these trades are starting to come through. Long flank coming out for Mount Union as C site's lost. 4v4, full HP on all sides. Sheriff's still in hand.
I'll find you.
Flames picks up 2, great timing, good trigger discipline. Picks up a 3rd and a 4th. And says, I need to put a little bit of distance between me and my own teammates. Put me back on top of the scoreboard. That's where I belong. Round 11 now secured for Mount Union. I feel like I'm reading the same score lines here compared to Corrode. 22-7 now on Flames. Aliak on 17-10. That's reminiscent of last map where Singh sitting on a comfortable 24-23 at the end of the map, followed by Kerosene, the same boat. We'll see how things kind of pan out here as all the weaponry kind of starts to upgrade. Daggers in hand now for Mount Union as they take up residency over in main. Full C push coming out now for Ohio Northern as Yoru starts to step to the rift. Ults all being used, people being spotted out as things end. Shotgun in hand, trying to stay close in the angle.
Cutting through.
So far, I don't even think a single bullet's been shot. Flames gets dropped by Taff. Ooh, Flames picking up 2 now. Singh finding his own. Daggers in hand, doesn't find anything, and clean round for Ohio Northern, though lots of ults used. If I'm Mount Union, I'm still feeling pretty good about this. Like I said, I took 2 ultimates to get through on the C site like that, as well as a bit of a misread or luck of the draw, if you will, for the A push and the C push. So, not really anything to worry about as we go into what could be match point.
I'll find you.
Ooh, but whenever you're hitting shots like that, yeah, you're starting to feel better about how this map is going. A slow reversal coming out from Ohio Northern now. Got a nice clean 1-tap and switching over to the A side. Flashes come through, but yeah, I can't shut that down. Ooh, good jump peek and crouch into it. Taff also dropped. Alright, Ohio Northern's getting their foothold here on the Lotus as surely they pick up their 6th as the call to save comes out for Mount Union. That's 2 comfortable rounds back to back here off of the ace that claimed the off round for Mount Union. Still a few rounds to play throughout. You've got 5 more rounds to ensure that things don't fully spiral out of your play here. So we'll see just how Mount Union continues to play through here on the defense. You know, do we see the operator come up again? Do we see them continue to put pressure on these main pushes and making sure that they take up some sort of pressure on these sides of sites? See what works, see what doesn't. We got a couple rounds, though timeout's still in their back pocket, ready to come through whenever things are hitting their dire straits. Looks like it's coming through now. Plenty of money utility there for Mount Union to go through. Still lots of space to play for both sides. Lots of cash being built up for Ohio Northern. Lots of opportunities now for Mount Union. Take the time, take a full minute, sit here and talk about what they've been seeing, making sure that they know what works, know what hasn't. This might be the first time that they've actually fully seen Ohio Northern play Lotus. Surely Mount Union, with it being their pick, they have some of their own strategies in their back pocket that they're going to start pulling out here, making sure that keeping Ohio Northern up on their toes there. You know, they still need 7 rounds to fully close this out. You only need 1 to make sure this goes to OT. So do what you can to claim your 1, and then from there, the second one will come significantly easier. We'll see just how Mount Union decides to change things up. Though I wouldn't be surprised if it's more of just a mental reset. They know what works, they know what doesn't. As Vandals and Phantoms being spread out amongst the team, often to stay off those Odins and Buckies. Only 1 alt on the board for Ohio Northern and 1 on deck for Mount Union. Still a little bit of ways to go until any of that utility becomes available for both teams. Though as soon as those marks are hit, it will get chaotic fast. Mount Union doing good, taking up space over on the A side of the map there. Oh, flash in the hand, gotta be ready for the push. You can hear him stomping up. Flames caught off guard. Hoshi can't find the headshot, is forced off the angle. Nade's coming out, he's gonna drop down to that. As Sly is able to pick up the trade though. 3v4. 2 people on the angle, Kerosene spamming out for the 1, picks up 2. All 3 for him in the bag. Really well done from Ohio Northern. Not even taking the chance to play slow, play this little bit of a mind game that they usually do, which in its own sense is a game of its own, as Flames caught with flash in hand, not quite ready for EMP, just to jump the corner, no flash, no utility to back him up, and open up that site for Ohio Northern. For both sides here. Rocket going down. Oh, almost dodges the missile, but Flames getting that off just in time.
Wall tripped.
Ohio Northern, even off that trade, now taking up space over on A. And Mountain Union cutting in late here on the flank. Sly taking his time coming across the sites here with Flames wrapping through the A main. Utility being tapped and dropped out. And a lot of attention being shared over onto the Heaven side of things, as we can see 3 of them already postured up over here. High smoke for the one way. Bond finally can find 2. Can he find the 3rd? Oh, Flames now known. This is a save. Another strong showing for Ohio Northern. Three rounds now, back to back for Ohio Northern, making sure that this attack is continuing, staying strong, staying in their favor, as that gap between the two slowly closes. 22-9, bringing up on the top side of Mount Union. There's Flames. Kerosene doing the same over on Ohio Northern. A little bit more evened out on the Ohio Northern side of things compared to map 1. Everybody putting up great numbers, doing their thing, putting up plenty of space for their teammates as well. Mount Union, you have a couple high fraggers this game, making sure that they're pulling their weight every round is certainly important. Setting them up for success is the best way you and your team will play out. And just like that, Flames does his dirty work, picking up 1. Both ults coming out from both sides here, leaving both teams in a weird standoff here as the B site looks to be tested. More trades coming out, more spams coming through. Just a wide swing from Jet, though Flames ready for the next. Gets tagged just a little bit, isn't ready for the next, but good clinch for Ohio Northern. Ohio Northern really thriving in that chaos as things kind of hit the fan, and I'm left here kind of just taking everything in. They are taking the site, taking all that pressure and positioning that they want, getting those executions where they can, making sure that everything is going according to plan. Gap lessened now down to 2. Sheriff's stuck in the hands of Mount Union, that we have seen just what this can do. And we'll see if the ace can do one more. The 2 quick spray downs will surely make this round comfortable for Ohio Northern, followed by a full blind of the entire team.
Drop the spike.
Things get quiet as Ohio Northern looks to set up for the plant on A site.
Here.
Spotted out with jump peaks. Can't quite find the headshots. This Kerosene shuts down 1. Flames sitting on a nice headshot angle, though gets the shots off first. Can't find any as 5 alive for Ohio Northern. Weapons back in hand for Mount Union now. Gap down to that 1 round. It is scary if I'm Mount Union. You know, you've had your rounds, you've had your moments. There have been chances, there have been opportunities for you to succeed. Though it just seems like Ohio Northern has, after that timeout, really just dialed in and made sure that everything is being communicated, everybody's doing what they need. And it's time for Mount Union to do the same. The Flames just shutting down Seaside here.
Satchel out.
If that would have been a headshot.
Satchel up.
Good quake. Flames finds another rocket in hand. Can't get it off fast enough. Sly able to shut that down. Ult now spent. Bomb not planted.
No more thorns.
People stuck in the corners. Flashbang through. Everybody falls. Ooh, good tags. He's just crouch walking forward.
Cover going out.
He knows his angles. Are they ready for EMP to be here? All 3 stuck in spawn. Spam coming out from EMP though. 2v3 now. Make that a 1v2. Tagged up nonetheless. Bomb being tapped to try and pull us out. Taff slowly working the angle, but Sing there to shut it down. Really unfortunate to be spammed through the wall there. EMP played that great, making sure to stay open on the angle, making sure that not entirely falling back, making sure to be a menace on that deep angle.
not able to be traded out simply because of the presence that Ohio Northern has. And now it's all tied up. Just need one more round, Mount Union, then you'll be
Cover going
set
out.
for match point. And overtime will be secured. Daggers in hand, information being spilled on over to the team. Nobody's home. Just go to A. This is where we make our stand. And we will ensure we have the best chance to shut this down. Taff able to pick up one and get out alive. Flames finding his own. Hoshi as well. Tagged way down. This just might be the round. Hits the headshot, one left. Full TP with the bomb. 1v5, 50 HP.
Spike planted. Shadows traveling. Shadows traveling.
Lots of smokes down. Just gonna disrespect those. Sly, I think he spotted the shoulder. Noise is there. Can't pick up more than the 2 after some crazy back-to-back shots. Match point picked up for Mount Union. Overtime secured. You can breathe. You can breathe, Mount Union. Overtime secured. Though it took a little while to get there. It's secured. You got one more. You got one more.
Cover going out.
Final round play now. 24. See if the momentum of Ohio Northern fizzles out with that round there. Though I don't believe there hasn't been a round where if the bomb hasn't been planted, Ohio Northern isn't winning. So their attacks have been rather strong as of this side. So one more to go.
Cutting through.
Bread and butter coming out for Ohio Northern. Partial smoke on the wall as gives Jet the set up the swing. Ohio Northern forces to play a little bit further back on the C side. Mount Union never really swinging over on the A side post timeout, though Rift coming through for Ohio Northern, and we know just what EMP can do with this.
I'm back.
Oh, as he cuts back to the team.
Good hit.
Bit of a miss coming up for both sides here, as everyone stays alive. A little bit of a tag going out both ways. 5v5, everyone alive. Bomb still in hand. Oh, great flashbang, but it's turned on. Flames and kerosene shutting it all down. Sly left, last left, picks up one. Can't get the second. 1v4. Might be able to find one. Can't find the second. No, we're going OT. 12-12 now. That was a nice little, I believe that is a 7-round streak for Ohio Northern on attack. They put up a amazing offense, showing just what it means to take a site strongly and securely, making sure that this game goes the distance. Though everybody's on an equal playing field here now, everybody gets the same amount of chances. Now, can you replicate your offense and can you maintain your defense is to be seen. Win by 2 is the condition here, so you're gonna have to win both back to back, and we'll see just who can pull it off. Oh, Flames! Great shot on the EMP. That was an operator, and the bullet didn't even get to go out. And that was with the Phantom, nonetheless.
Cover going out.
Brandon able to pick up one though. Kerosene his own too.
I got the spike.
Mount Union, you're on the attack here. You're being picked apart. You can see Flames creeping up through the B side there, looking to make presence here on the B. It's worked on stalling the rotation. They haven't really ever set up for
B, so kind of left Ohio Northern there scratching their heads for a brief moment, slowed down this retake. Flames might just be able to find 1 or 2 for free here. Oh, as the timing is just off and Brondon shuts that down. 1v4 now for Aliak. Alt coming through to really ensure this. Weapon stuck on a classic. Sing closing out 13 for Ohio Northern. Good plays coming out from ONU. You know, yes, you lost your C defender, though you didn't over-rotate. You stayed true to your postings, made sure to just keep those 3 posted up on the A side of things, shut down that immediate presence that was trying to be shifted over, and ensure that you keep your cool on A site, stay true to your angles, and it worked out for them. See if Ohio Northern can bring back that attacking streak here as they switch on over to offense.
Where are you? Bring them down.
Kerosene opens this up for us, picking up the first on Flames. Strong opener. Clone shots, everybody knows. Oh, nice headshot coming off from Mount Union, though. Keeping C at least held for the time being. Rotations on rotations coming through from both ends, as you can see. The pressure kind of surmounting on the A side here. Bit of a misread coming out from Mount Union. Seems they're going to just have to play for the retake. Though Taft just says, I'm going to swing, takes off Brondon's head, making sure this stays in Mount Union's favor. We could see 13-13. Althorpe taken as Ohio Northern takes up residency on A site. Three-man in heaven here. Flash going through, followed by a good nade. Force the fall at the angle. Flames finding Sly. Bomb finally planted. Partial smoke, followed by more util. Bit of a split coming off from UMU here. Late swing out of a main, forced shoulder peek. Singh has to fall to a support. Brondon slowly gonna start working his way up in heaven. Gonna challenge Flames, can't quite do it. Rocket in hand now, forced on the angle, and Ohio Northern take it 14-12. Great comeback for Ohio Northern. Great 6-round stretch of kills. Everybody pulling their weight here for Ohio Northern. The overall chemistry that everybody had was phenomenal as well, though we can see full story is Mount Union, great players up there too, 7 first bloods and 5 first bloods over on the top 2 for Mount Union there. Really putting up those numbers, making sure that they are out there putting the best foot forward that they could. Though whenever everybody's firing on all cylinders, it is a different beast coming from Ohio Northern. As we can see, they pick up map 2, closing out this series 2-0 for Ohio Northern. 14-12 on Lotus, followed by, or leading by a 13-3 over on Corrode. No Ascent this time around, not needed. We'll see just how much more Corrode might come through in future ONU games. They seem to really favor that map. We can tell with the 13-3 scoreline there. It is certainly a strong map choice for them. 14-12 still going in their favor, though still a little bit of things we worked on there. Though Mount Union, still a great showing, great showcasing of your skills over on Lotus, as well as just what you have in store going into the rest of the season. This is, I believe, their first loss for the season, so it is going to not sting as much. You're still in the runnings for playoffs. You're not out of it really just yet, so keep putting those push foot forwards. Northern currently likely one of the top 2 or 3, or even number 1 of the East Division. I know Tiffin is up there as well as our last year's champions. Those matches still coming up to be played. We'll see if just who might be able to round out the Eastern Division, as well as the Western Division still having their own matches being played out as well. Obviously, if you want to watch any more GLEC action,
always have that here on our stream at the GLEC GG every Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern with either Valorant, Super Smash, or League of Legends this semester. Next semester, we'll be having our Rocket League, Overwatch, and Super Smash streams, same time, same weeks as the winter season or spring season starts up next year. But we have a few more weeks coming around just yet. So if you want to see more, check back in next week. Obviously, all of our schools participating. I know Mount Union and Ohio Northern both had their own streams going on today. Always more than welcome to go check them out. Their streams are phenomenal. The student casters and production do great work. We've worked with Emily in the past. She does a great job over at Mount Union. So go check out their channels, especially if you want to support their schools. They could always use a little bit of a cheering squad. As well as all our socials if you want to see current standings, as well as get some updates on where everybody is at in terms of qualifications and stuff like that. We post everything out onto Twitter or X under GLEC_GG, so you'll be able to find all your routine updates there, as well as all their schools having their own esports channels and stuff. You'll be able to find a lot of those things linked and a lot of our tweets as well. So if you want to catch more action, we'll see you next week. But other than that, I got nothing else for you guys, and wish you all the best of luck, and I hope to see you guys next time.